Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of our series Window Shopping, where we kind of take a look at kind of an interesting house that's for sale. And two things I want to talk about before we start. Number one is I think one of my favorite things about this is finding things I didn't know about, right? There are a ton of absolutely amazing homes in the Southern California area, architecturally significant, and they're on everybody's sort of like must look at, must buy, must consider lists, between obviously Eichler homes, Cliff May homes, and nothing against these houses. They are great and they are awesome. But to me, I think there's something amazing when you discover a house that doesn't have a brand name and it's just plain cool and an interesting house, and it's not something that anybody even knew about, right? And bringing that forward. The second thing is I want to talk about something called the Likeler. Now, what exactly is a Likeler? Joseph Eichler had a lot of success building modernist homes, primarily in the Bay Area at first, and then building some down here in Southern California. And a lot of other developers took notice. And I think, these range from kind of blatant copies of these houses, right? When it looks like an Eichler, but it's not an Eichler, it's a Likeler. But also, I think some of the developers really kind of just took that as an idea and went their own direction. And that's really the house that I want to talk about today. So without any further delay, we're going to go ahead and open this up here. And we're going to take a look at this house. If I can find out how to share my screen here. It doesn't seem to want to share on me right there. But let's see here if we can get that. You know what? There we are. Okay. So first off, I want to talk about this is 2740 Rock Pine Lane in La Crescenta, which is a community that maybe you haven't heard of. It's pretty much towards the top of the 2 freeways, sort of above Glendale. If you've ever been to Descanso Gardens up there, then you have actually been very close to this home. And this home is listed by Steve Lee of SK Realtors. It's just under 2,000 square feet. I think it's about 1,900 or so. Built in 1965, right around the same time period as the Eichlers in Southern California. 3-bedroom, 2-bath configuration. But one of the things I love about this house is even from this outset photo here, you can see this kind of double pitched roof line. Kind of gives it a really unique shape. You have this shallow pitch, then kind of this bigger pitch up here that leads into surprise, surprise, into an atrium, which we all know and love. But you got this beautiful cross beam up here. This isn't an outright copy of an Eichler. It's a little bit different. It has a little bit of a sense of its own personality. And in some ways, I actually think that makes it really cool. By the way, another thing you should know about in La Crescenta, the schools are very highly rated. So a lot of clients like to go up there. It's kind of at this northern edge, kind of in the hills. Really kind of a fun place to be. So if you're not familiar with it, definitely check it out. We've got this atrium space, which I think at one point was probably beautifully landscaped. It looks like it's gotten a little overgrown. Pool in back, outdoor living. You see kind of some views of the hills there. Again, the house in back of you is lower. And looking in here, you're going to see some things that are pretty familiar to those who know Eichlers. Open beam ceilings with tongue and groove, sliding glass doors, a kitchen that's fairly open to the rest of the house, fireplace with concrete masonry blocks. We have this kind of orange tile floor in here, not sure whether I would want to keep that or not. We have a kitchen that is actually pretty good sized. These cabinets, you actually see these on other higher end 60s homes. So I believe there's a manufacturer made these. I believe they might even be solid wood. They're very high quality when you see them in person. The design may not be the most current, but these things aren't cheap. We've got more of this main living area space here. And as you can see, all this opens onto this atrium space. And this kind of winds around the atrium just like it does in an Eichler. This home's vacant, so these photos may not be the most interesting to look at. You've got some of these bonus spaces here. When I look at a house like this, I mean, it's hard to talk about $1.5 million being a fixer and tons of potential. But, again, this is a very desirable area. And I look at what a house like this Could be, and I think it could be something really special because it's not the same as a regular Eichler that you've seen. It's in an area where Eichlers were not built. Here we've got some clear story windows running in the bedroom along the front of the house. Something else that you'll notice from this house is most Eichler homes are 4 bedrooms. And this home is a 3-bedroom at 1,900 square feet. And you get the feeling that the rooms are just a little bit bigger. So if you've ever had that complaint that, Eichler bedrooms are a little bit too small, a home like this might solve it. This looks a little outdated here, but there's a couple things I want to point out to you is, this was a very forward-thinking house. Whoever built this arbor and the fire pit, this kind of outdoor living was not common in most homes in the 1960s. We might have seen it in magazines, but that wasn't what most people had. That was kind of the aspirational idea. And it's kind of cool to see a house like this where you can tell that this yard was designed for outdoor living. That was the intention of this house. I really think a lot can be done with this atrium space as well. Anyhow, $1.45 million in Crescenta, just under 1,900 square feet. I think the lot's about 7,500 square feet. Really a cool house if you want something similar to an Eichler, but you kind of want to charge and create your own path. And another benefit of these homes like this is that, I think there's a lot of pressure when you own an Eichler home. And a big part of that pressure is that you feel like you have to live up to the brand name and you don't want to mess anything up. I think you get a little bit more latitude with houses like this, a little bit more of a chance to kind of reimagine things and not worry that, you're going to destroy this pristine, original, Eichler home that might detract from the value. Anyhow, if you're interested in seeing this home on Rock Pine Road in La Crescenta, definitely hit us up. Or if you're interested in a different architectural home, we would love to help you with that as well. The contact information is down below. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you again real soon.